Now, a question is often asked, so what for business? It's great to, in fact, see these identities shifting and societal changes happening. What does it mean for me if I'm in a business? And of course, you have a number of examples, the number of good books in this area that talk about examples of companies using it. And what we have done is we try to classify them in 4 simple categories, what we term as the Bell model. So B stands for branding, E stands for engaging, L stands for learning, and the second L stands for leading. So what we believe is this technology or this set of capabilities enhanced or made possible by technology offers tremendous branding potential for organizations, for CEOs. And one of the key questions that's often raised in the space is, should CEOs be blogging? Should you actually encourage your employees to blog? And of course, immediate reaction of organizations is, it's too dangerous. It's too risky. Because communications, the department communications likes to keep tight control on the messages that go out. And of course, this is seen as high risk if suddenly you let people block to the external world. But if done correctly, probably it could lead to an effective branding. And of course, that does mean that you have to trust not just your own employees, but also people externally. I think that's very important. The word trust is something we'll come back to later on. Engaging is another very important element. Most senior executives live in what we term as echo chambers. They live in a very sort of, rarefied atmosphere of organizations, surrounded by people who think in the same way, never ask the hard questions, and who basically echo the same views. And what about the fact that there are lots of people in your organization across the world who probably have very interesting different points of view? Especially true today as you have the world becoming much more global. The enormous emerging markets in China, India, people in these segments of these markets have very different views, very different expectations. So how do you in fact engage with not just your employees, but also your customers, your other stakeholder groups? These technologies can be very effective in helping you to do so. Of course, learning is a very important factor for helping the organization to progress. But learning requires humility. Learning requires the ability to be able to admit that you don't know everything, that there might be people who know things better than yourself, who might be able to give you interesting new perspectives. And this is very important today because innovation is becoming much more global. It's becoming much more open. Innovation is no longer a closed R&D internal to the company affair. It's becoming much more global across the whole world. So the ability to enhance your learning capability is very important. Today, for example, many organizations that have adopted Twitter use Twitter to get a quick feedback about problems in customer service, about problems in products. And if you have the right mindset to react and to get in, guess what? It can become a positive reinforcing loop for you and help you gain more customer loyalty. And of course, the last element is leadership, leading. If you're able to influence people in the right way, if you're able to engage with people in the right way, hopefully your organization can become a leader in the right context of your own sector, or an individual executive can become a leader in his or her organization.